Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now, a few people have commented and asked me about my accent and where I'm from. So just to help with the recognition, I have a new backdrop. I hope you all approve. I am of course from the UK, and today I want to be reviewing the Chinese Type 9 Menu 12. Now, I believe this is a single meal, and by using Google Translate and looking at the contents, I believe this particular one is lamb noodles, so a scone or cake, beef sausage, fruit and a beverage powder. So let's get this open and see what we have inside. Now there's a little tear strip at the top, so we shall use that. Not very effective. There we go. Oh, now that's not looking good. Straight away it looks like I have a bit of damage. So I think I'm going to bring my tray in, and straight away, and as I get things out we'll put them on the tray. So what has happened here? Now, something has exploded quite badly, as you can see. There's quite a distinctive smell. So I think at this point I need to clean everything off and actually see if there's anything I can salvage. So I shall stop here and bye for now. Welcome back. Now, luckily, after that little disaster, I've been able to save the majority of items from this Chinese Menu 9. It was in fact the peaches in sugar water which had split, and that smell that I said was familiar, it was smell of fermenting fruit, rotting fruit, and it had actually split and gone into all the contents. So I've lost my peaches in water. There was a spoon with a napkin that was soaking and decomposing, and the ration heater bag, but luckily the ration heater seems to be intact. Okay, so let's carry on with the review, and hopefully what I have left should be in good condition. So I seem to have the beef sausage has survived. There is the beverage base powder, the main meal, which I believe is lamb noodles. There is some spicy sauce, and a scone or cake or something of that description. The translate keeps sort of flickering between. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the bag open. As I say, the heater open. I have actually lost the little insulating sleeve that these are supposed to go into. So let's have a quick look what's inside. We have the main meal and 2 heat pads. So let's see how this goes. I've noticed that the Chinese do seem to like 2 heat pads, and it's probably something that the other nations should actually start incorporating. And I think what I'll do, I've also got some beef sausage. I think I shall put that in there as well. I'll see if I can get that nice and warm. Okay. Now, you do get a nice little measure, which is nice, to make sure you don't put too much water in, which is a failing of mine. So I should just get some water, hopefully measure out the correct amount. Inside, that's looking good, and just pour it in. Now I have no idea what sort of damage, if any, has happened to that. I shall give it a bit of a shake. Hopefully something will happen. Let's wipe that clean. Okay, I can hear something happening, so I'm going to just put that off shot and see what happens. Let's give this a bit of a wipe. Hopefully you can hear it fizzing away. Seems to be doing well. Okay, so while that does its thing, I shall have a look at what I think is the beverage powder. Now I can't see any instructions for how much water to add, but my translate is being a little bit hit and miss. So there is a very fine powder there. Doesn't particularly smell of anything. And I'm going to have to bring in an American MRE spoon, because as I said, the Chinese one didn't survive that rotten peach incident. And I'll just add a little bit of water. Okay, let's rinse my spoon. So, looks like a lemon sort of drink. It dissolved very nicely. Let's have a smell now. There is now a slight chemical smell of lemon. Have a taste. Very mild, even with that small amount of water in. There's a very slight lemon flavour. There's not a lot of flavour to that. It's typically coloured water now. There's not a lot of flavour there at all. Right, so while we're waiting for that thing, the heater to do its thing, let's have a look at this scone or cake. Now this did have a lot of the decomposing fruit on it from the split bag. What I actually did is I dropped these in a bowl of washing up liquid and water and gave them a scrub with a vegetable scrub brush. So these pouches have had a real good testing and they seem to have held up to that. Right, let's see what we have inside here. Now a little cake or heart-shaped cookie. That to one side, and I think I'll just leave it there and come back in a moment when the main meals have warmed up. So I've given that ration heater a good 10 to 15 minutes now to do its thing, so I'll bring it back. It seems to be very hot, so I'm sure it's worked. Without the pouch, I've had to put a little peg on the top just to stop it losing its steam, but it seems to have done pretty well. Some tear notches to open it up, so we'll use those. And I think I'm going to put a piece of tissue there for now while I get the things out. Oh, very hot. There's the main meal, and the little bag of sausage. Still plenty of heat left in those, so let's give this a bit of a pat down to get rid of that water. Oh, they do feel very hot. Just give that a little knead. Okay, so where shall we start? Let's start with the sausage, beef sausage. Nice little tear strip. Some little sausage there, and there's like three little patties or pieces of sausage. Smells very similar to hot dog style sausage at this point. And of course the lamb noodles. Very hot, very hot, very efficient heaters. Okay, so as the name suggests, I can see noodles and lamb. Pungent smell of meat and sauce. So let's separate those out a little bit. It looks like there's mushrooms in there, lamb, obviously noodles. This is where I wish I could use chopsticks, but unfortunately I've been too lazy and I can't. I've never bothered to learn, perhaps I shall. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll first of all start with a little piece of the sausage. So, cuts nice and softly, little cubes of sausage. Excuse the fingers. It looks very much like a hot dog sausage. I'll give that a try. Soft. Breaks apart in your mouth. You don't need teeth. It's not meaty or chewy. It's very coarse grain, ground meat. It is very much like a hot dog sausage, the sort you get in the fairgrounds. There's a slight hint of what I think is lemon in there, very, very slight, but there's definitely a lemon hint, but not displeasing. Okay, so let's have a look at the mains. We'll start off with a few of those noodles first, just to see what they are like. They're soft. There's some oil in there, probably from the beef. They're probably slightly overcooked, over soft. That said, it's very easy to chew, very easy to eat. Not a lot of flavour. Let's try what I think is a mushroom. Now surprisingly, those mushrooms are quite firm. Almost meaty, but just typical sort of fried mushroom flavour, but very firm. Let's try a little piece of the lamb or mutton. nicely soft, not overly flavoured. There's not a lot of spices in here. It's very mild. It doesn't even taste of soy sauce or anything like that. There is a few oils. Very mild, very mild, but pleasant. Now there is a sauce. Last time I put these on, it was very potent and I overdid it, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful this time and just use a small amount first. So, a dark, rich sauce. Looks like a barbecue sauce. Doesn't smell like barbecue, of course, but it's got that sort of look and texture. Now there's a hint of sauce, very reminiscent of soy type sauce coming from that. Very mild. A small kick, but nothing too untoward. I think that might be black bean sauce. I'm no expert, but I'll give that a little bit more. It does add a nice little pungent, oh, now there's like a little chilli after kick coming in. Once it's been round your palate, you get a nice little kick. Oh, let's go for a mouthful. Bit of everything in one go. That is nice. It's a typical sort of stir-fry noodle dish. The little kick from that sauce just really helps lift it. It's now a very pleasant Chinese style stir-fry noodles. Look a bit of beef sausage. Very nice. Oh, and that also gives those sausages a nice lift. Very pleasing. If you like Chinese, just have to go and get a tissue. If you like Chinese stir-fried noodles with a little bit of kick, you'd enjoy this. It's very nice. Okay, let's go back to the orange or lemon. It hasn't gained any flavour by sitting there. You can feel the salts when you drink it. There's like a sliminess, I won't say a sliminess perhaps, but it's obviously the electrolyte salts in there. Again, not unpleasant, but there's not a lot of flavour. Now finally we have this scone or cookie. Break it over here if I can. Wow, it's not what I'm expecting. It's obviously stuffed with something, a cookie crust with something stuffing in it. Wow, it's very dry, mouth absorbing. Can't quite. I think that's a fruit, a dried fruit in the centre. There's a sort of lychee flavour in the background. Again, very dry, quite sweet, absorbs the moisture from your mouth. You'd certainly need another sip of your lemon drink just to re-moisten your mouth. but surprisingly pleasant. It's got a... the more you eat, the more it grows on you. I think that might be a dried fruit like lychees, something of similar nature. Very pleasant, very nice. So, sort of summary of my Chinese menu 12. Type 9 menu 12. Start with the juice. Very bland, very flavourless. It helps moisten your mouth with the dry cookie or scone, but apart from that, you'd be better off just drinking water. I think there's very little flavour in there. Certainly got a aftertaste of all the electrolytes. You can taste the salts in it though, but again, it's a drink, but not unpleasant. The little sausages are very reminiscent of a hot dog sausage, the sort of fairground sausage. It's soft, highly processed. What meat is in there? Supposed to be beef, I think, but it could be anything. Just like a hot dog sausage, really. Nice and soft. Most people should enjoy. Nothing untoward. The noodles are soft. Maybe just slightly over soft, but not too far gone. The mushrooms have still got a lot of texture and a lot of flavour, but the very typical fried mushroom flavour. The meat is mild, not overpowering. Lamb can sometimes be a little bit gamey, so I'm sure this is more on the mutton side, more the mature sheep, because it's not that strong. Add in the sauce, which could be spicy black bean, not 100% sure, but it's similar sort of flavour to that, and it makes it a very nice Chinese stir-fry noodle dish. Certainly could eat all of that. The cookie is very dry, a centre of obviously dried fruits. I've got a strange sort, not a strange, I wouldn't say strange, but a familiar fruit of one I don't usually eat, but I have tried before. Like I say, possibly lychees, but it's definitely that sort of flavour if it's not that. Very dry, very sweet, and the more you eat, the more you acquire the taste. So again, it becomes a very pleasant meal. Okay, so would I buy that again? Without trying the peaches, which I'm sure would have been fine. Yes, I would. There's nothing there that is unpleasant to the point where you wouldn't want to eat it again. A couple of interesting flavours, but that's just because I'm from the UK and I'm probably not used to those flavours, but certainly not unpleasant. So, thank you for watching. I'm going to leave it here. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you, and goodbye.